well with the Chronosphere.
Yeah,
So they go for the
exactly.
Disruptor right now. He's not that great versus the Illusions.
It's just a very nice synergy with Void because you can always overlap the ulti and you can guarantee like a really long lockdown on TB. Like even over, like say he gets disrupted, you can storm over the disruption and guarantee he doesn't sunder or something like that.
And I think the silence, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. The silence on Sunder is really, really important.
Yeah.
Like making sure because that's one of the reasons why Terrorblade has been so good. Is just he'll get below 25% HP and then you just Sunder.
Yeah,
and
that's
then you're
before
like,
he gets the BKB.
I actually almost kind of feel like though in the draft, don't you kind of feel like CDEC are reacting to Fnatic? Whether like it's not the other way around, right? Because if they pick Disruptor, that's already a notoriously weak lane support, and Fnatic just snap pick Chen because they realized they needed to pick something that wasn't going to be that good, and the Witch Doctor ban makes much more sense now because it allows freedom for the Chen to be able to do pretty much whatever he wants during the early game, and now you know DJ can pressure safe lane, he can go mid, he can do whatever.
That's a good point. It's less of the Chronosphere, it's more if they wanted to pick Chen. That's a support that can mess up the Chen's early game. So right now,
well, I don't think it needs to be one or the other. I think there's an element of both in that, and that's what makes it really good.
More damage into the Chronosphere.
Maybe we'll see another Aghanims this game.
Wombo combo.
No Aghanims, please.
Oh man, Winter, you're not a fan of the Aghs? I think Andy likes it.
So it's gonna be.
It's good on support.
Support Conquer, Mirana core. Mirana would be core most likely.
Yep. I think Mirana mid, Conquer Disruptor support duo. And now we have to determine whether the Void's going offlane or
Here's the
lane.
thing though, with CDEC supports now, they have to do so much in the early game.
The early game is weak though. Like
they can't farm.
Conquer and Disruptor are two supports that need so much level. So you're up against a Shadow Demon Chen. They're just gonna pressure you.
Are they gonna 2-1-2 and pick a ranged hero for safe lane and have like Conquer +1 and then Disruptor faces Void?
Wow.
Oh boy, I think
that's a good pick given this.
That's an amazing
crush.
Given the
support. They're outdrafting CDEC so hard right now. It's actually insane.
What's the logic of the Disruptor and the Conquer? I mean, you basically have
very greedy.
It's two glimpses.
They're just picking heroes that are working very well with Chronosphere. Very good team fight, and they are forgetting that by
there's a laning phase.
Yeah, by doing so, they're giving up their laning phase.
Yeah.
So Fnatic...
I'm sure the laning phase doesn't matter when you're playing against a Terrorblade.
They have to. they have to do so much work with their supports.
How?
I'm just saying. Look, I'm not saying how they do it. I'm saying they have to. I'm not giving them. Okay, this is how you.
Okay, but listen, and while this is a much more drastic situation of what we talked about in the first game, in the first game you still had a situation where Fnatic outdrafted them.
If they don't get Invoker for CDEC, it's going to be so hard. They need like an early game mid hero to be able to stabilize the push.
They're gonna ban Invoker, I think.
Yeah, most likely. Invoker is like one of the best picks they have to sort of try and solve.
Or AA is fine too with Chemical Rage.
So they're expecting.
But isn't that a weird ban though?
They expect the Conquer to be a core.
Yeah.
So Inflame Conquer then, or Inflame?
He might play it. I don't know. I haven't checked his heroes recently.
All right, Fnatic's draft is so much better actually.
Yeah.
So Slardar offlane. Chen obviously.
They're just gonna have
gonna be some cheese like
that Slardar. The Slardar is such a cocky pick too because it's one of those heroes that isn't really like he's an okay Iron Talon jungler, but this is just saying.
No, like, how is it cocky when they are going to help the offlane? They have SD and Chen, so Slardar can sprint in and land a stun, so your supports can come in for the kill.
I don't know, I feel like they could have picked any offlane, and it
that's true too. But you know, Slardar plus all the physical damage they have.
So it is a Conquer core because that's
it is a Conquer core and
Inflame Conquer.
They're all in with this. They're all in with this Wombo.
Man, they want the
Flame Void.
They want the Midnight Pulse against the Illusion.
He's gonna be not playing mid though. There's no way that Void.
I mean, in a way, I'm kind of happy that XC's playing Conquer because I feel like he's a player.
He
should be playing the Conquer.
He's the player on this team.
How is this gonna work? They're so greedy. They're so freaking greedy.
Alk is gonna get so much farm. I mean, I guess you have to roam with the Enigma to kill this Alk at some point, or try to. I don't know.
I mean, I do not. I have a hard time seeing.
They might just crush the game in 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, the game might be so hard for CDEC.
I mean, there is a possibility that CDEC's team fight can like hold them at high ground. Maybe.
High ground.
Maybe.
Yeah, but we're talking about maybe.
High ground.
We're talking about maybe they can hold high ground at 20 minutes.
We're talking about a significant laning advantage coming out.
All right, Draskell, any final thoughts, buddy?
I think it's the biggest outdraft I've seen this tournament so far, so I'm going to go Fnatic.
I would tend to agree with that. I think Fnatic is going to take this series. With that, let's throw it over back to Mont and Winter for our cast.
Well, Winter, I think.
You know what? It's as bad as picking sniper now.
I mean, we might be there. We might be in that position where you thought the sniper pick was bad, but for right now, again, this is all before the game's even started. But clearly, us on the panel have thought that this draft from CDEC is not going well, and Fnatic. We'll see if they can live up to the expectations placed on them. CDEC.Youth, they're going to find the Torrent to the arrow, and mid one is dead. That's first blood. So all of a sudden, that's it. They're ahead. Just like that. And it's going to be Ame that gets the kill on the Mirana as well.
That was actually a good torrent from none other than our MVP for CDEC.
We already spoke too soon, dude. We spoke too soon. 1 kill in the game, that's it. But in all seriousness, oh, he's looking for another one. Oh my god, he's gonna hit it. That's another hero. Oh my god, XZ and Ame are playing lights out Dota.
Oh my god.
He's gonna disrupt himself. That will do nothing to save his life. He will get torrented again. This time Victoria will get the kill, and XZ is owning. It's Windlace. That's what it is. It's Windlace again.
He got in range because of Windlace. Oh my god. Bye Windlace. Bye Windlace.
2 kills. So even if CDEC have a awful laning phase, they always have those 2 kills to look back on. And I'm not so sure that they will have an awful laning phase. They did at least get the bounty run, I believe, from Mushi. I'm not sure. Can we check? Yes, he did so. I mean, in the Ed Griffles grid, of course, so that'll get him closer to his bottle. But like you talked about, XC's going to have to put in some work. The support doers are going to have to put some work. Ame mid, of course, is going to be the choice for...
Wait.
Yeah, they lane swapped, or they switched people. They switched people up. XC's playing the...
Huh? So Conker's the... Wait, what's going on?
Support. Void is going to be safe lane. Ame's been Mirana. Is that off lane? Yeah, off lane Enigma.
It's off lane Enigma, so Conker and Disruptor are the supports. Oh wait, we see a disruption here?
They didn't get really a block, but no, they couldn't have gotten one. They weren't next to a tree or anything, but Demon is still very speedy. He's actually very fast with no boots. Very speedy against the Terrorblade. Still, they did a lot of damage. He'll have to go cheat through his regen, but this top lane is going to be a two-man top lane for Fnatic. 2-1-2, it seems to be how it's shaping up. Southern Crush and Victoria, he's got Thunder Strike. He'll try to do some damage of his own, and meanwhile, you can see the Chen was nearby as the Centaur Conqueror, and he's going to look for the stomp, and he might get it. There it is. Southern Crush, he missed it, though, on Victoria, and he's going to be able to survive for the time being. Meanwhile, Bash onto Ohio, he's in trouble. Fairy Fire will go, Sprint still up. He's got another Slithering, he'll use it, and they do deny the Enigma, and Victoria gets the kill onto Slaughter.
Yeah, that was a very big miss there from Ohio. 3
deaths for Fnatic already in this game.
Man, they would have gotten the kill on the Disruptor, and I think if they killed the Disruptor, Slaughter would be fine.
Yep. Probably, I would imagine.
Alright.
So he's level 2, he'll miss out on some farm and obviously some experience, but for now, you can see CDEC with this interesting laning setup and a bit greedy, I guess, the lineup you could talk about. They're still doing rather well. They have 11 last hits going for the Mirana, as you could see. Yeah, you could see they have obviously first blood, not to mention 2 other kills. They did just deny the disruptor to a neutral creep, by the way. Demon taking a lot of damage. Demons is going to be caught, and they've already used the disruption, but he'll try to juke his way out of this, and he does nicely. That's a great tree cut. What a tango. That was some serious jukage. He still might be in trouble. Disruption's back up in 3.
He must get it.
I think he's going to get the kill here, and he's got Soul Catcher on top of it, although he doesn't have mana for it. Still, though, he should end up to... He has the mana for it now. Oh, he had the uphill miss. He still needs 2 right clicks at the least. One more, he's not going to get it. The tango saves his life.
That miss.
3-4-3 is tilted. Southern Crush top lane. They'll find damage in the Void and Flame this time. Walk if he needs it. He's not going to backtrack the damage for some reason. I don't like Fnatic, again, they have such a good draft, and we talked about it, but they just... And that miss isn't necessarily their fault. They would have gotten that kill. They should have gotten that kill. But
sometimes stuff like this happen, like unexpected things, kills before the game starts. I mean, before your creep spawn, changes a lot of the game, despite having a better draft. So, I mean, their lineup is still capable, more than capable of playing from behind. So I don't think they need to be too frustrated or get too nervous about things. Right. Just need to find their groove, find a smoke time.
It does get a bit harder than they would have liked it.
Yeah, but not every game everything goes according to plan.
Ohio getting caught again. Time Walker boys, the Slurring Crush. No bash. One more right click and Thunderstrike will get the kill for Victoria. Again, XC coming in. There's going to be Ane looking for the arrow. He's going to find it. He will die to the tower, but he gets the experience.
Damn.
And mid one is going to try to at least salvage the situation by Metamorphosis and, well, bottom lane push.
This is not looking good for Fnatic at all. They might have the better draft, but...
How silly do we look right now?
Oh dear. I mean, they are like kind of hoping that the SD and Chen could actually move, like I said, towards top lane to create pressure, but because of all the kills that happen before the creeps spawn, it puts a lot of pressure on the other lane, so they can't really make all those aggressive plays. They have to stabilize the lane for the Terrorblade. And because of that, Ohio is not getting as much help from his supports as he wants to.
No.
This is no good.
1-5 is the score, and CS-wise, you can still
Let's see if they get the kill on the Enigma. SD is trying to come from behind. Enigma might be surrounded here at bottom.
Enigma down bottom in some trouble, perhaps. You can see that he's coming through the river right now. Metamorphosis is not there. Reflection will go first. There's going to be the Malithus, but there's the Soul Catcher.
Yeah, he's
Disruption.
Dead. He should be dead this time.
Disruption. Salved up. Demons is going to make it out.
The illusion.
Illusion is going to maybe cancel it. It will be the right click, and he's blocked in this time by 343's Illusions. And this time they will undoubtedly get the kill and finally secure something that they kind of needed, I think. This is again, we've talked about the start, Winter. It's not great in XZ. Not only has he found the Alchemist, but he's got an Observer Ward down deep into the jungle. Mushi might get Torrent here.
He's coming in.
Torrent, arrow combo should be fine. Mushi's gonna get caught with it. Starstorm proc as well, and that is just an easy kill coming out. Just really good rotations. XZ again making plays. This guy, he's the X factor here. He's one of the reasons why, and I think he's probably the most important reason that CDEC.Youth is doing so well in this game.
Yeah, can't really say too much about that. He's playing very well. He gets the Sunder off. Here comes the SD.
Oh, he's got Shadow Poison, 1 point in Soul Catcher. Disruption will come out. Another Poison as well, and they'll get the kill. Mid one is a little low, but Victoria, I think, has bit off more than he can chew. Unfortunately, they won't be able to kill him.
Here comes XZ. Can he land the Torrent?
Oh, the Torrent. He doesn't have the range for it. He's not quite there. Tidebringer might have done some damage, but it's only level 1.
Oh, 343. He didn't choose to TP out. He might die here.
He's got to try it now. Torrent's in there, but XZ,
no.
he should see him. He's not going for it. I think he should have seen him, I believe, TPing out behind that tower. Maybe I'm wrong. And nonetheless, he is going to be able to safely secure his retreat. And now, after this early game, 40 last hits for the Mirana, 31 for the Faceless Void. And again, you do have an Alchemist that can really take it in the late game, but still, I think CDEC.Youth are very happy with their positioning currently.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. They have the much greedier heroes, so having a good early game is extremely good for them. So right now, just starting the pressure with the Chen. But Sada is still really hoping that he actually is much more farm than this considering all the circumstances, but dying there a lot. And right now CDEC is trying to smoke, but Enigma has not gotten his black hole yet. So we'll see what they actually try to do here in the mid lane.
He's still level 5.
They're trying to catch out the Alchemist here with the ward placed by XZ a lot earlier.
If he does again, he has to know there's a ward nearby. He's been scouted. They know that he's there. Starstorm and Mushi needs to leave. There's going to be the Midnight Pulse, a good self-disruption. They actually avoid the Torrent as well as the X-Marks. And now that the chase is on for Fnatic looking for Demons, who's got 1 stack of Shadow Poison on him. They're going to try to keep chasing. Mushi will head back to the mid lane. He's like, guys, I can't follow you into battle. I just don't do anything right now as an Alchemist, especially with his Chemical Rage now just going off cooldown. So he will be able to at least get away. Demons will survive.
Well, at least they are protecting the Alchemists from all those ganks, all those movements by CDEC, and they're slowly but surely going to get their levels. Once they get their levels and mech on Chen, they're going to be able to group up and push, and start to get objectives. I mean, CDEC's heroes are really good at killing stuff, but not very good at pushing.
Luckily, it's they do the Enigma with the Eidolons pushing.
Yeah, he's the only one.
It's doable, I suppose, is the way I would use the term I would use. And Enigma should be level 6 now. No, he's not quite there yet. He still is level 5, and he's trying to get that soul ring in level 6.
Very, very slow considering all circumstances.
He is third in net worth for the offlaner. He is the offlaner. We might consider him a support, but he has been playing in that offlane the entire game. They have been focusing so much attention on the top lane, and even in the mid lane, that they've lost the Enigma a couple of times. So the one lane that is going well for Fnatic, obviously, is that bottom lane. And the Mirana, though, is net worth-wise 700 ahead.
Oh, Demons.
Reflection's gonna go. Metamorphosis is up in Demons. He doesn't have a stick. 2 Shadow Poison stacks might not be enough. 120 damage. I don't think will kill him. Yeah, especially if it's at level 1, and I think it is. He does have Soul Catcher on him, and it looks like he will survive with 80 HP. On the other side of the map, Torrent's going to come through, but it won't do enough damage to find a kill. Meanwhile, mid one does get that tier 1 tower bottom. Ohio looking for a Slither Crush. He'll find it on Victoria. They have a couple of creeps coming in. Double Shockwave. He has the infused raindrop. Good kinetic field. Second one is not enough. The X-Marks will go with the Torrent. Won't do nearly enough damage. They don't have the Mirana up here to throw an arrow out. So XC, he can set these up. There's the Chronosphere button. Flame gets stunned hard. They have no Static Storm. Good Starfall, will do some decent damage. But with, of course, the rotation from the 3-4-3 Shadow Demon, he's able to disrupt and keep his team alive.
That's a wasted chrono right there for CDEC. And Fnatic, with that big spell down, will be able to look to possibly get some objectives done.
Well, they already got the T1 tower bottom, so... And he just finishes up his Dragonlance, too.
They can wait for the next meta before they start to siege.
74 seconds before that. X-Marks on 3-4-3, disruption, up in 1. Not able to get it off in time, and here comes the boat, but he will avoid it. In Flames, he should have time walk, and he'll use it to get away. No glimpse back or anything. They don't have the disruptor that's on the other side of the squad, and good effort with the boats. So now that ability is down, but it's a pretty short cooldown, and you gotta go for those boats, and that's why Shadow Demon's good this game, because you could just disrupt anyone that's getting caught by the Torrent boat combo.
That's why the hero is just very, very good as an opening pick nowadays. He does a lot for the team, and in a lot of situations, the hero is pretty useful. Early game, mid game, late game, so like when you open your draft, you want to open your draft with heroes that are super flexible in a lot of situations, and that's what Shadow Demon provides you now.
It's not only it's defensive capability, but also offensive.
Aggressive.
Yeah, he can be offensive as well. The Shadow Poison is not a joke, especially leveled up.
You can jungle.
Yeah, I mean, you got the whole kit and caboodle for Shadow Demon, honestly. And DJ's there to support him as well with Hand of God, which has just been skilled up, I believe. He is now on level 6 on the Chen, so he'll have that ready to go, which Hand of God will allow the Terrorblade to survive and maybe get that Sunder off, and like you talked about, wait for the next meta and then go for a push, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Chrono is probably back up pretty soon, relatively, I think a couple of seconds, 22, maybe not soon enough, however. They do have Black Hole for the Enigma, and they are rotating up.
See them defending this tower.
They're coming up here, they've smoked up, they're going to try to defend this, and there's everyone here except for Mushi from Fnatic, as well as the Disruptor who's down bottom, but they found Ames as well as Demons. And there's going to be an arrow, it's going to be off the mark, but Ohio, he is going to be in trouble. They don't have the disruption, and he's going to fall. That boat combo is too much. The Shadow Demon was not in position to save his ally. CDEC.Youth will chase after Ohio, mid one. This is a problem. Fnatic will go, Static Storm is up, and I don't see him sundering. And it looks like they will find a gigantic target. That is...
Somehow they managed to pick off the Slaughter first. Otherwise, that would have not happened. Like, Slaughter was just way too far away.
He needed to... Well, yeah, he was.
He was too far from his teammates. Otherwise, the SD or the Chen could have...
Yeah, he would have disrupted him for sure.
Yeah, could have easily helped him.
They could have Hand of Guarded, but that might have been a waste, and now they have to try to defend this tower. 20 seconds, obviously no meta, no Terrorblade as well. Shadow Poison will do a good job, but you can see that they're being... If they walk up, there's a good chance the X-Marks, the Chrono, the Torrent will come out. The Grills will go through. There's 2 stacks of Shadow Poison onto XC. Mushi is getting plenty of time to farm, and yes, he is ahead in net worth. It's not by enough yet, but he's starting to get to that point as an alchemist where he gets scary.
Yeah, but if you look at CDEC's heroes, they have a pretty good way of dealing with him later. They have the Chrono, plus Midnight Pulse and Black Hole. Those spells are very, very good versus a very farmed Alchemist. So I don't think they are too worried about Alchemist getting too fat. It's more like the whole composition, the other heroes as well, like the SD plus the Metamorphosis Illusions.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's still very early on in the game, so there's a lot to concern yourself with. Double damage rune was picked up by the Terrorblade, which is pretty nice if you have meta. He doesn't, I don't believe. Aghanim Scepter is very close to completion for our aim right now. It's a very good timing for that Mirana.
Yeah, it's gonna give them even more tools to deal with the illusions, having the Starstorms. And right now we see Fnatic invading their jungle with the 2 supports, trying to maybe place down some vision, trying to pick off the Enigma here.
Yeah, Demons is walked into his inevitable death. He's gonna get surrounded by. Wow, he dies very quickly. There used to be an Enigma there, but no longer. He's been deleted from the game, and this will open up the opportunity to take the tier 1 tower top lane. Well, bottom is getting pushed, but again, you talked about it. There's not much pushing if you don't have the Enigma coming up for CDEC.
Yeah. The other heroes just don't siege fast enough, and we see Fnatic there going to be able to successfully claim the tier 1 at top this time.
They can get a tier 2 if they have meta, with a double damage rune. I don't know if he has it bottled, I don't think he does.
Yep. CDEC are going to try and get Mushi here in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's...
Can they have vision for the
he is
glimpse?
armlet, he
They
is
need
chemical
vision
rage.
for glimpse.
We will find at least a bounty room. And Victoria, he's pretty speedy, but yeah, he can't find the glimpse. He doesn't have the vision for it. He does have a win lace too.
Yes, he
Just
does.
not enough vision.
But
Uh-oh, Moonlight Shadow. There is a sentry down.
That's a sentry.
No, the Slithering Crush Ohio again misses it. He's got to wait a couple of seconds before it's back up, and the disruption is just to cover their retreat. They could have easily killed Victoria there. They're looking for a
I was
Chrono.
so far away from the hero.
Inflame will be able to at least clear out some of these Chen creeps, but
Was he like farming creeps there? Like,
I mean, even if he was, you don't Slithering Crush when you see the guy around the corner. Ohio is having a...
well, at least they didn't lose any heroes, so...
This is not one of Ohio's better games, and that's... You know, he had a great first 2 games of this series, but right now he's really struggling. Could use that Blink Dagger to be a pretty big help for him. But there's that Radiance picked up at 14 minutes and 59 seconds. Slithering Crush Demons is going to get caught. Test of Faith, see you later. And of course, Test of Faith, Soul Catcher, or Test of Faith Penitence. Obviously, lots of amp damage coming out onto the Enigma. Dies almost instantly in that scenario.
So they get a pick and they're gonna be able to defend their towers as well. This is what you want to do when you have the advantage and when you're controlling the game. Take towers, defend your own, extend your advantage. And Mushi with the Radiance right now is going to start to make it difficult for CDEC to try and contest the towers.
This is where it gets tough though, as the Aghanim Scepter is now done for that Mirana, and that damage
Battle
is
Fury?
significant. Is
Battle-
that really... Oh my, I thought he was gonna go Lincoln's Fury. He's actually going Battle Fury Void? Is that his Claymore? I think it is.
Yes, it is his claim.
Oh my lord. I don't know what to think anymore. I mean, it's not the worst item in the world, but it's just, I haven't seen it in so long.
Is this even worse than the sniper last game?
I don't know about that. The Static Storm, Mushi does get his Chemical Rage off. Starstorm doing some significant damage, as talked about.
Oh.
Armlet Toggle,
Armlet.
it's there. Glimpse back, he might actually save him.
Yes.
It does.
Good armlet toggle right
That's
there.
huge. Mushi will stay alive. And he'll find himself an Arcane Rune for good measure as the Chemical Rage heals him back up. That's just, oh man, that would have been a huge kill.
Maybe should
That would have been a huge kill when they couldn't get it done.
Maybe should have given the arcane rune to the TB. I would have preferred that rune on the TB.
For meta.
Yeah, for meta and conjure image.
I can see that.
Alchemist is not that useful.
What are they trying to accomplish with the smoke?
Are they going for Roche here?
Can
with
they?
The Slaughter?
With they don't have Mushi in the smoke, so they don't have no acid
They don't
spray.
need him.
Yeah, exactly. They have amplified damage. And with meta, this is doable. And I don't think they smoked under a ward, so this should be something that is finished rather quickly because of amplified damage. And this will also provide not only the Aegis and Roshan, but enough gold probably for Ohio's Blink Dagger, or at least close to it.
Yeah, he really needs it very, very badly.
Yes, he certainly does.
He's struggling without it.
I'll take the tier 1 tower mid though in the process. That's the trade. And well, they should probably know something's up now, but it's a bit too late, as they will take down Roche very quickly. Amplified damage with Terrorblade Metamorphosis.
Slowly but surely, Fnatic are crawling their way back into the game with
Wow.
their superior lineup.
I don't know if they, looking at that net worth graph, it looks like they're never out of the game somehow, but...
I mean, this is like the beauty of the heroes they have.
No,
There's so
Ohio.
many- he gets the crush on 2 heroes.
He's so close to that Blink Dagger. Glimpse back. Static Storm, not there. It's the Starstorm, great mech coming out. They still have Hand of God from DJ if they need it, but XZ and Ame will not dive any
that
further.
was so important to save him. He was so close to blink.
Oh, yeah, he was. 100 gold. That's huge.
I mean, at this point, they have to wait for the blink and the next metamorphosis from TB, then they're good to go.
Battle Fury. Obviously, very good against the illusions from the Terrorblade and Disruption. One of the ways you talked about Maelstrom obviously being another opportunity. DJ in some trouble. No Static Storm expended until just now, and he'll walk out of it. X-Mark will bring him back in. He does have Hand of God. Not using it just yet, avoids the Torrent. Demon still hasn't used a Black Hole yet. Arrow will come through, and they'll both dodge it to the right. DJ is able to go to the north, and it looks like 343 will go to the south, but there's the glimpse back into the kinetic field. Disrupts himself. That should still be where he is. Yeah, he's on that target. Torrent will come through. He'll buy out a couple of wards. He'll even drop the Demonic Purge. Not to mention Soul Catcher and some Shadow Poison, but they mech him up and keep him alive. So it was it's a support kill, but it's more importantly, CDEC hopefully getting some wards down aggressively. Maybe they can find Ohio. He's got Blink, but he's actually going to get caught by the Starstorm and Arrow. He'll be able to Slithering Crush and back his way out of there towards the Tier 3 tower. And CDEC.Youth will now put their attention towards the Tier 2 bottom.
Yeah, don't see how Fnatic is going to be able to defend this. So they should have the Blink right now on Slada, and they're actually going to try and defend this.
Avoid that.
CDC have all their ultimates up.
They really are trying to come in here and defend this.
I mean, they have Metamorphosis up again, so
still Black Hole, no Blink obviously or anything for the Enigma, which would be nice. And he's sitting in the tree line, maybe waiting to spring a trap and try to bring down this
they have
Terrorblade.
Aegis on the TB still.
Oh, are they gonna go on that illusion? Oh God, please. Now it's too late. Now they know that it's an illusion. That would have been a great bait from Mr. Mid One, but no such luck. He also has finished up his Manta style, and that'll be another
they're
more illusions to
They're very strong now. They have everything important they need.
Look at this. Look at this setup. Observer Ward, TP in from Ame. Demonic Purge, perhaps. 343 is not in range. Can't quite find the initiation from Disruption or the Demonic Purge, and now they have to leave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But they did get the tower, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. CDC getting the more important tower there, the bottom tier 2.
Which tower did Fnatic get?
The mid tier 1.
Oh, okay. At this point, the game is slowed down pretty significantly. Arcane Rune picked up for the Mirana, which is nice. Throw an arrow out just randomly into the jungle. 7,500 net worth advantage for Fnatic, but the experience lead is negligible. It's nothing. It's actually at 0. Looking at the Kunkka, his itemization is literally Earn, Arcanes, and a Windlace. So he doesn't have the items that you would like to have. If he was a core Kunkka, he has, of course, support by XC. DJ picks up a Hood of Defiance for the inevitable Pipe of Insight, so no Aghanim Scepter early on in the game. Here's the Moonlight Shadow, though, coming out, and, well, Mushi just popped his Manta style. Last Sphere will go down as well. And Flame has not been scouted yet, but in fact, aim will be the one that's targeted. And the arrow misses, but the Chronosphere just barely connects. Starstorm should be there. Ohio coming in, looking for his Slithering Crush, can't find it. Hand of God will keep him alive. He's still low. Mushi not going down just yet. Armlet toggles and will keep himself up and ready to go. Boot just goes wildly. I think that was just for the rum at that point. I don't know what that was. I think he just wanted to keep his teammates alive, if anything.
If he waited for the chrono before he threw the arrow, they would have gotten the kill on the Alchemist there.
Why didn't he throw the boat into the Chronosphere? Was he not there at the time?
Kunkka was a little too far, but Mirana was definitely at fault there for not waiting for the chrono to happen.
Oh, what a blink from Ohio. Amp damage, Slithering Crush, 2 hits, done. Dominating spree, by the way, which is a pretty big pickup for Ohio. Ame comes in, he's going to leap away, the blink forward, leap away, as we talked about, the way to initiate and get out with pretty much no ability to die in situation. So, by the way, it's been a Battle Fury and Shadowblade for the Inflame faces Void. Not sure how you feel about that.
Yes, I mean, he needs attack speed to be able to solo kill, and right now...
But Shadowblade?
He wants to be able to catch, like, the heroes, get pickoffs. Like, the way he wants to approach the game is like, Fnatic wants to group up and push, so he has Shadowblade, especially the Alchemist, which have a large opportunity to catch him with the Shadowblade, because he's going to be pushing alone. I guess that's it. That's the idea of his... that's the idea of why he actually purchased the Shadowblade there.
I can dig it.
He needs more damage though, if he wants to be able to solo kill him.
And, I mean, at this point now, Alk is getting to that scary point where he's gonna have Octarine pretty soon. He's already has his Manta, his Radiance, his Armlet, so he's 18,000 net worth, 7,000, 19,000, so he's 7 to 8,000 ahead of the next closest person, which is the Mirana. But here comes Inflame with a Shadowblade, Chrono back up in 5, and Mushi did just pop the Chemical Rage. We'll wait and see if he's going to be caught by Inflame. He's not really chasing him down. Inflame is worrying more about going mid, it looks like, as CDEC.Youth is smoking up. And I'll try to find a kill.
Yeah, initiation is very key right now. Whoever gets the jump, the vision plus the jump. Take out some key heroes.
I mean, we'll wait and see. It looks close. It looks dangerous.
If they can jump the SD first, would be nice for CDEC. Oh,
Moonlight
they
Shadow.
see Mushi. They see Mushi. They're gonna go for
Dead.
Mushi.
X marks, Static Storm, they're going to throw everything to get the kill. Well, not even everything. He doesn't have his armlet toggled up, and now he's dead for 60 seconds. And that's all it takes, really, to at least help close the gap. That's a lot of gold being given away by Mushi. It does give the opportunity for the Terrorblade to split push, but Fnatic at least can start pressuring the tier 2 themselves mid lane.
Yeah, but not any big ability expanded. So for CDEC, it's more or less a free pick-off there for them. And they're gonna continue to look for all these singular pickoffs with their heroes and with the Shadow Blade on Inflame.
What do you think about a gem being picked up for Fnatic so that they can deward?
Yeah, for both teams even, to be able to further extend their control on the map. Because right now, it's also very important for CDEC to be able to control the map, find pickoffs with the Shadow Blade on the Void. I still think Void needs to be able to have much more damage.
Is he going Vlad's? He has a Morgan mask. He could go Mask of Madness, but...
Not sure if I like it though.
I mean, the most common choice for Voids in this patch is
Vlad's,
Vlad's, but
yeah.
that's for off-laners. Even for safe laners, they do go Vlad's.
Yeah, the build is like Vlad's, Manta plus Diffusal. You do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Not sure about him right now if he's gonna... Like, it's pretty late now to get the Vlad's. I don't know. I feel like getting more damage items is better.
I'll have to wait and see. And there's gem number 1 for CDEC.Youth. And they know that they want to continue their map control and assert their dominance over Fnatic. Fnatic, they don't have theirs just yet. You can see Ohio is looking for either a Glimmer Cape or a Shadow Blade, more than likely the latter.
Yeah, more likely a Shadow Blade.
And there's that Soul Booster to keep Mushi even tankier. And of course with the Radiance Burn and with his Octarine Core might even help him survive. So it's just a farming game right now. 6 to 10, not the highest kill score. XZ will pick up a Yule Scepter, which is pretty nice. And help him set up some kills, among other things.
Yeah, this is usually what happens after the first 2 exciting games. Then you get a... Like, both teams are very stressed out. Like, the game is like so different because of what happened before the creep spawn where CDC got all the kills. If that didn't happen, the game would be much better for the Chen and SD to actually pressure in the early game. So everything is different because of all those kills. So you see Fnatic being in a much more defensive position because of that early game.
I mean, it also doesn't help that it's a lower bracket game 3, right? It's just got a different feeling than maybe perhaps the first 2 games. There's a BKB that's been picked up for Ame. It's going to be flying out now as he's holding the gem currently, which will allow him to avoid a lot of the magical damage coming through.
Oh, he has no armor still though. Like,
yeah, he's going to die very quickly to mid 1.
TB will kill him so easily with the M damage.
Yes. And, well, time to go bottom. Split pushing top is going to be the Enigma. Mushi will head that direction and clear that out, and that means that maybe you might want to back up for Fnatic, as guess what? They've Moonlight Shadowed for CDEC.Youth. Although Inflame's gonna head over to the Ancient stack. Inflame will take down that. And his itemization, we talked about it. Shadowblade, Battle Fury, and I think...
Question mark.
Yeah, we don't know, really, actually, what he's... Vlad's Mask of Madness or Helm the Dominator for the Faceless Void. Still 2.7k, and he has enough for Vlad's if he wants it, so he's kind of holding on to it. Octarine now done for the Alchemist, as well as the Shadowblade for the Slaughter. Now the jungle being invaded, and again, with a gem, it's all about choking out Fnatic and trying to keep him hemmed inside the base. But there's the gem for the Alchemist. Buys the Octarine, immediately buys the gem.
Team player.
Yeah, what a rich moneybags man, and helping out his team as much as he possibly can in that situation.
It's on the Slaughter. So Slaughter is like gonna be able to spot out the Void. So they're gonna smoke up with the gem purchase.
Ooh, that smoke might have barely been scouted out by that Observer Ward, which is right underneath that tier 2 tower shadow. This is dangerous. Where is CDEC.Youth positioning themselves? Right now they're backing up.
Are they gonna counter smoke?
I think
see?
that may very well be the case. They have Chrono, they have Static Storm, they have Black Hole. All of their abilities, with the exception of Moonlight Shadow, are ready to go. And no, they're just gonna head to the base. They saw the smoke, they know something's up. Although Ame is luckily able to TP because of the leap. the Alk could not find this shit. Amarano, that would have been a huge kill. I think he would have popped BKB if he needed to, but that might not have saved him
Oh,
against
he's
the
gonna
Alchemist.
scout the Roshan with the illusions. Roshan
It's
is
up.
Yeah, Roshan is up.
Oh, this Void is just saving his money. 3.6k. There's that pipe we were talking about for DJ. That's up and available. And it looks like they're gonna finally play with the Alk. Throw some illusions up and have Conjure Image and Alk illusions go to work on the tier 2 tower top lane.
They need the next Tomb of Knowledge on the SD. He needs to max his destruction. They need 2 more levels on him.
Yes, that's huge.
It's gonna
For even more
make
Rat
life-
Dota and split pushing.
Yeah, it's gonna make life so difficult for CDEC.
Yeah, CDEC are not happy about what's happening right now with the split push and how it's going. Oh, BKB. That's not any of those items we were talking about, but probably the correct choice given how this game has gone.
It's a team fight item. If you ever get a team fight. If you get the team fight.
Right, that's the thing. It's like there's no team fighting. And even if there is, there's still a significant amount of right-click damage coming in from the Metamorphosis Terrorblade. Not to mention you have the Alk, the Alk and the amp damage from the Slaughter.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it if you ask me. But
I mean, I'm asking you.
I'm not a fan of the BKB on Void.
Alright.
I still prefer damage so he can actually pick off heroes with the Shadow Blade. I mean, that's the purpose of his items. But so far, he hasn't gotten anything done with the Shadow Blade on the Void.
He's 0-0-4. There's been 16 kills in 29 minutes. It's not necessarily been the barn burner I think we were all expecting in this game. But that's what happens when you get an Alchemist pick, among other things. Alchemist and Terrorblade. By the way, some very good vision coming out from the Radiant team that they are going to deward. Roche is up, and this is the time that you're going to have to go for something. A team fight, anything, a pick-off. If you're either team, you do not want to give away Roche, but I guess, I don't know. You could split push if you're Fnatic and maybe try to threat Rax.
You could argue that if there's a Roche fight, that's what CDEC wants, since they have the Void and Black Hole and the boat. And Fnatic wants to make sure that the lanes are always constantly pushed out and try to force CDEC to split up.
There are no.
They want to fight. They definitely want to fight right now.
There are no BKBs for Fnatic. CDEC will use their Moonlight Shadow.
They use the scan. They scan behind.
That tire scan did hit.
Oh, the ward actually started. Yeah, that's a Radiant ward right
Oh,
there.
Victoria's been scouted.
Okay, that's scouted.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Gank
ward
is
will-
over.
And they're gonna just push into the tier 3. They're gonna try to force TPs back towards
Here
the tier
comes
3
the
tower.
disruption.
Yep, they're gonna send the illusions up. I believe that it's the beginnings of a heart. I might be wrong for the Alchemist. It is. So,
Heart?
Octar and heart? Really? I mean, he's super tanky, but
What is that gonna do against Midnight Pulse? Nothing.
no. Why? I mean, yeah. True.
Okay, whatever.
True.
I don't like it.
Rascal said disruptive when the meta's down, I believe.
I'd rather you get a Skadi so you have armor instead.
I feel like, I guess you don't want to go BKB because Chrono obviously and Black Hole
How
both go
about going
through it.
some armor items? AC, Shivas.
AC would have been good. I would have been fine with AC.
I don't know.
In play, you cannot kill this man. I don't think. With the rest of your team, yes, you probably can kill this guy. Static Storm, both gonna come in and gonna hit. Next, good disruption, Black Hole. Only will find the Terrorblade, no, finds 2 instead. Mushi, still alive. Hand of God comes out from DJ, and now they're turning it. Demon getting split up to Scotty, going to work. Inflame will TP out. No way to catch him, but XC's been caught. They use the unstable concoction. The Eul Scepter will keep him alive for the time being, but there's that radiant
nice
burn.
chart, bro.
And the heart, oh God. Andy is laughing because he knows, he knows that was the right choice in that situation.
Yeah,
That
sure.
heart of
You
Trash
knew the
owned.
gank was coming in.
And now, Mushi is going to just split push with the illusions, and Flame will deal with it with the Battle Fury, but they have an open opportunity to either A, go for a tier 3 tower, try to force out 5x, or B, go for Roshan. And right now it seems to be the former.
I'm sure Andy, he would have lived even if it was a Skadi.
Dude, look at his net worth. His net worth is 27,000. I don't know why I'm shocked by these things. I mean, it's an Alchemist for God's sakes. Still, there's the net up in the Omni. He's able to actually blink and, or rather, leap away. Moonlight Shadow is up and available, but look at this. Slither and Crush Victoria. Amp damage is now there as well as Starstorm pushing him back a fair bit, but now that comes back in. Ohio's gonna get caught. Still in trouble. Bashes up. Self-disruption. And I don't know if that mech got there before he actually was disrupted and put under. Still, however, it doesn't matter nonetheless, as it looks like Demons as well as Inflame. And they're looking to just stop this push as best as possible. X marks the spot for it. And they have, of course, Thunder but the batch is up mid-1, and Sin Flame is just like, well, that sucks. And he will lose half of his HP as he's time walking and avoids some of the damage. Demon might go down in the Radiance Burn, and more than likely will. Demon's, excuse me. Static from up onto 2. Moshi again, very tanky. Ohio will end up falling. Inflame does get off the Chronosphere. Reflections there. 343 will be the next to go down. Moshi trying to do it all on his own at this point and can't quite do so. Mushi, of course, and with the help of mid-1 without Metamorphosis now, they're going to go back up with the Mantle Illusions, go to work on the melee racks, but unfortunately not able to secure it. They have to, of course, wait for the next creep wave, and of course the next set of illusions. And they should be able to get the set of racks, and all of a sudden, it has turned disastrous for CDEC.Youth. Whatever was happening earlier, them keeping the game even, it's just all gone to hell now. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, there was one mess up on Mushi right there. Turned into 2 sides of racks down. Yeah, of course the heart saved him. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, exactly. Winter, you gotta trust in Mushi. You gotta trust in the hard choice. And now there's an Ethereal Blade, Mask of Madness, and Vlad's all coming out consecutively for a bunch of different heroes. The Ethereal Blade, I mean, there isn't a BKB, and Mushi is still susceptible to magic damage. I mean, he is very tanky, but... And there's a pipe, obviously.
Oh, he is definitely very tanky with that build.
I think very tanky is an understatement at this point in time.
I mean, it wouldn't matter if they get a Midnight Pulse plus Black Hole on him, so they have to focus him with a lot of spells, so it's gonna allow the TB to
Who's
play
giving that X to?
SD?
It's either him or Chen, I think. Probably the
Probably
Chen.
no,
No,
Chen
he's-
is, yeah,
He got
Chen's
his point booster, he's giving it to the Shadow Demon. Demonic Purge applies break, right? And it gives you 3
and you have
charges.
3 charges.
And how long does the break last for? Does it last the length of the Demonic Purge?
It should be.
5 seconds?
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
I mean, I think more importantly is like having the 3 charges would be... The break is not particularly useful this game.
What is it particularly useful?
Oh, he gave it to the Chen, okay.
Oh.
Alright, whatever.
That's- Well, I mean, the Aqua Farm of another one in maybe 5 minutes, so we can always wait for that. I really just like Shadow Demon Aghanims. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. I like watching it. I like the 3 charges. It's 3.3k HP with 2.6k gold in the banks. So he's already well on his way to an Aghanim Scepter. Ward plays down a sentry on top of the Uber Cliff, so once they get some vision, they'll get it spotted. CDEC.Youth, they can decide either to look for a fight, which might turn disastrously again, or they can head back into the direction of Roshan and try to take that. But they haven't made a decision yet. Right now, they're just staying in the enemy jungle. They have to defend the base too. Just another problem. Fnatic might have smoked up underneath that ward. I don't believe they might have been scouted out. It would have been close. I think they were. And Fnatic will instead head to Roche.
They just need to secure Roshan.
They have blinks. They have blink. They have blink black hole. They could just time walk in Chronosphere, but instead Fnatic will not make the obvious play, and they will find XD, who is unfortunately about to die. It takes 3 hits from Mushi. On the other side, 2 hits from Ohio. 1 from the Terrorblade will bring down both of the supports.
That's gonna secure the Roshan for
Yeah.
them.
No buybacks for either of them, and Terrorblade is very close to building his own butterfly, and Roche will fall shortly thereafter. Although XD does buy back. They're gonna try to contest this winter, but I don't know how this is gonna work.
So as long as Fnatic split up and they don't get caught in the Chrono, like not too many heroes getting caught in the Chrono.
5-man black hole and a 5-man Chronosphere is the dream right now.
Sure, Travis, that's gonna happen.
Listen, I was being facetious. You don't have to tell
Okay,
me.
the 3-man Chronosphere.
Okay. I could believe that. I could get behind that.
That's reasonable. 3
Is he smoked up or ended? I couldn't tell.
Shadowblade?
He Shadowbladed, so there was a sentry there. They saw him. XC, Yule's gonna go, but he still can get this unstable concoction off the top. Maybe not. And it looks like you can see the damage being done just by the illusions already on Inflaming. Spot the BKB. Demonic Purge on the there's the 1-man black hole onto Mushi. The Chronosphere, there's the boat as well. Mushi in trouble. About to fall, and well, they get the kill. Down for 83 seconds. They did lose the Faceless Void, however. XC about to die back, and now it's Big One's turn. He's gonna have to go to work. He's gonna have to right click, and he will go to town. I think he does get glimpsed back, but they find demons nonetheless. Mushi bot tag and bots in, which was not even necessary to do at this point. However, with 3 heroes down, none of which have buyback.
They're gonna end the game here.
Yeah, this looks to be a set of racks, tier 4s, and the end of the game at this point.
Yeah, it's mega creeps. So
Slithering Crush, find Stable Concoction, stun locked, and he's done.
I mean, we all agreed at the start that Fnatic definitely had a much easier draft to execute. The game just got really hard because of what happened in the early game.
They made it a lot harder for themselves.
Yeah, because of the early game. Like, all those kills that happened change a lot of the game.
Sometimes you just gotta put yourself through the ringer in order to come out on top. And Fnatic will 2-1 CDEC.Youth and move on in the lower
It was
bracket.
a really, really hard series for them.
Yeah. But in the end, they are successful off the back of Mushi's Alchemist and mid one's terribly. Not to mention their, of course, great play last game. So.
Yeah, I mean, this game is more or less gonna go Fnatic's way if everything goes according to plan. But unfortunately, they have a very, very tough early game. But they still came back from it. Like slowly but surely clawing their ways back into the game, with the Alchemist slowly farming towards his Radiance, and once like the Blink came online on the Slara, despite being a very late Blink considering the situation he was in. But after all those items were acquired by them, they slowly got objectives after objectives. They pushed towers with Metamorph